What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we got to talk about a loss. It always sucks, but we're going to grow from this. We're going to improve. Buccaneers lost 14-12 to the Green Bay Packers. It was a hard-fought game, a lot of turnovers, a lot of mistakes, a lot of missed opportunities. But let's see. Well, what did the coach say most, and where did he see the most glaring holes and issues were? Let's hear what Todd Bowles has to say initially, and then we'll expand on that.
Is it possible that the offense will open as these guys gain confidence and reps and playing time?
I'm not going to sit here and blame it on the rookies. They playing good football. They're making a few mistakes, but they're not the blame for everything that's going on offense. It's the offense as a total. We just got to get better at running our plays and executing overall, young guys and older guys, coaches, everybody. Yeah, just execution. We're not on the same page. We got to get on the same page there, and we definitely got to get better at that if we want to win more games.
What's happening in the beginning of games?
Yeah. So plus talking on that execution everywhere on offense. I mean, he said it himself. Like, not one thing has been working these past 3 games. Yeah, they've been winning games, but the defense has been playing lights out. And then even the Saints game, the defense scored points. We need to start moving the ball more consistently, not turning over the ball. But where do you see is the biggest lack of execution in your eyes?
Oh, it's at first it starts with the process, right? The offensive process and how you operate, or how do you want to attack a certain defense? How do you incorporate your passing game to mix well with your run game? All those things start at the top. So coaching staff, and then to, teach that the proper way to your players, make sure the players are on the same page. So the communication part has to be clean and it has to be clear. And then on the field, guys have to do their jobs. And, a play call could work perfectly, but if the guy fumbles the football after the play is complete, that ruins the flow. It ruins your momentum. It ruins opportunities to score points. And if you can't score points, you can't win games. That's plain and simple. So it's not just one thing. If it was, it would be a simple fix of, hey, let's just get this thing out of here and, move on. But it's not. It's a combination of, certain things, whether it's play calling sequence or it's just guys not executing their jobs, fumbles, pass blocking, not throwing on, with timing on the same page, guys not in the right spots, running the wrong routes, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera.
It was a combination of a bunch of crap, let's put it that way, in this Packers game. The
Yeah.
offense looked atrocious, but it's big. Couple talking points. He mentioned the coaches in there. The coaches got to do better, like you were saying, Byron Leftwich, and sequencing and abandoning the running game. We'll talk more on that later. And yeah, knowing the players that you have on the field. Okay, yeah, we're down so many wide receivers. We're still very much in the game, very much possibly could have won the game given no turnovers. So you still had Russell Gage, who finally balled out because given his opportunity. Some of these guys get down, and execution. I'm going to put it out there yet again because we argued this all day during the game. Scotty Miller does not need to be on the field. I'd rather see Geiger out there 10 times out of 10 than Scotty Miller, just because he has continuity with the offense. It feels like he's getting worse on a daily basis. Like, he's not fighting for balls, and you're telling me that's not what he does. It doesn't matter. If you're on the field, you fight for the damn ball. I don't care what it is. The ball's going towards you. I don't care if you're just a streaker and you just do a 9 route. Go after the ball. Because right now you had a fan, and now this fan's getting upset because you haven't done jack shit lately. And that's from the truth right there. And moving on, just coaching wise, we've mentioned this multiple times. The sequencing is just not there. You use Scotty Miller in the proper way by sending him on a 9 route, having Cam Rate right underneath. Works like bread and butter. But then you abandon it and try and force round peg into a square hole. Bull crap, I don't know. But let's keep moving forward. He's talking about execution, coaching, players, all the above. Let's keep going.
It's not a lack of discipline or effort. We just got to be smart and hone in our fundamentals. Sometimes our eyes are in the wrong place and trying to do too much and trying to see things. And by the time we settle down, they've gone down the field. We've talked about that. We're working on that, and we'll get better at that.
Something huge I like to talk about in this one, he actually has answers. Todd Bowles has answers of what's the reasoning behind the defense and where the holes are. So I want you to kind of expand on what we noticed during the game. Where were the weaknesses, and what was an area of our defense of concern?
Well, yeah, I mean, we always talk about it's the flats. It's the short passing game, and then sometimes it's just guys trying to do too much, whether that's, Devin White or one of our safeties trying to make an interception. Um, so it's just, yeah, the eyes, tend to get real excited and they tend to go one way, but instead of just being sound and doing your job, that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, defensively, they shut it down in the second half. I mean, the
Mm,
Packers couldn't move the ball, couldn't run the ball, couldn't do jack shit pretty much. But the first half, the first 3 possessions, they drove down the field immediately. And if Vita Vea doesn't cause that fumble at the 1-yard line, it's looking ugly. We're looking 21-3. But they made their adjustments at halftime. The defense strongly improved. Offense didn't make those adjustments, didn't really change. And give me the argument that we didn't have weapons all day. There were still a lot of opportunities left out on the field that were points given away. So defensively, I like it. We always talk about it's either Devin White going into blitz, who's filling that gap in the safety room, or the cornerbacks filling in that void. That has to be communicated a little bit better. It fixed in the second half. You just got to be able to start the game that way and move forward throughout the full 4 quarters of football. And let's get Todd Bowles talking one last point.
The other two backs, I don't think got an offensive snap. What was the reason behind that?
We got to play the other 2 more. When Lenny gets in the flow, we still got to play the other 2 more. We went in the game that way. We didn't have it a lot in the first half, but that still should not be a reason to not play the other guys, and we'll make sure that gets done.
To me, that's huge on coaching. He's
mm,
like, there's no reason for that to happen. I know those guys are out there, but we need to spread around the touches. To me, I think that's a kind of a shot at the coaching staff. That's just my personal opinion
mm.
because the offense is not moving. And you're going to tell me the Tom Brady led offense can't move? And I don't know. What is your 2 cents from that one?
Well, I mean, they play Lenny because they trust him. I think it's just it goes down to, that's one factor. Now that doesn't mean they shouldn't be able to play the other 2 guys and Rashad White and Keyshawn Vaughn. Um, if you want to get those guys in the game, you just have to find a way to do it. You have to find a way to incorporate them, whether it's just going in there to pass protect or whatever. Yeah, they should be able to do something and be able to help their team. So yeah, it's on the coaches, it's on the players to get that going.
And it's one loss against a really good team. No one's truly upset. It's just you learn a lot from your losses. You learn where did you mess up, and other teams are going to try and exploit that. You got to do better. You got to find those areas where you were weak and improve on them. So you learn a lot more from a loss than you do from a win. But guys, let us know down below, how pissed off are you about this loss? Hopefully not too bad. How do you feel about Scotty Miller? How do you feel about the way the offense has been run? Did you like the defensive adjustments? What was your biggest, I guess, good and bad about the game? Let us know down in the comment section below. Like the video, help support the channel. With that said, until the next one.